second down and 3. Ball on the 7. Iloa buying time to his left. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this? Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. A good pickup there at 22.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Tua sets up to pass it. Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there's good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mercedes Lewis, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 25, here's second down and 1. Young. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. You talk about this Miami defense. Well, they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's third and 1. Now Young. He'll buy some time right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw, Young. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10. Now Young. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. To throw, Young, escaping the pressure right. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He'll diving, and he's got a full extension. What a catch. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Hill left the powerful Kansas City offense last season and really improved the Miami one. A 4th All-Pro nod for the burger, and only the 11th 1,700-yard season in league history. Adds a catch and first down to his follow-up campaign there.
Wilson with a first down carry. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
It certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Second down, here's Mostert again. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mercedes Lewis. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now they toss out wide to Sanders. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Young. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Emmanuel Ogbah finding his way to the ball for a big stop there behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go. Jackrabbit. Ready.
Now here's Young. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Young. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. And the Dolphins are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throw of the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Here's a diving catch right side. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field diving to grab it? No, he didn't. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
In motion, Hill. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando
Both these
to check
teams
in
get a
with
chance
Jonathan
to dry
Coachman
out.
and
Maybe change their
Sports
cleats if
halftime
need be.
report.
But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Inside the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result. I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Another run with Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play action, now it's Tua. Oh, wide open, complete, inside the 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football, all 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield and creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Lewis. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Here's Mostert. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins add 6 to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get it down at about the 17-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here is Young. steps away. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, that talked about big plays, sacks? They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the third sack of the game for them. And around the sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit. Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line. Knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young on third down. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Hill on the return. And that'll go as a 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
What just happened? Seriously? Was that even a play? It's it.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. So no gain on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Zion. Solo left Zion.
Now Tua. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Caught by Wilson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Get set. Solo left Zion.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The Dolphins on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 15. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Okay, break.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Ready.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he gets it down to the 32. 64 yards on the ground for him so far. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4th-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out. Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Von Bell up to make the tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Caught right side. It's Lewis. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays. And they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They're probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Another run here with Sanders. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score. You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. And the kick is good, but obviously it won't matter as they're going to go down in defeat here. This one's over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Dolphins, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2 and 4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in week 8. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Last time a shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like it's Slipknot. See, this ain't basketball at halftime. We on switch sides. She thinks she love me, but she fell in love with my rich side. I got it for less. Flip that, then I got on a check. Dispatch, then we go on a race. Switch it up if that other place. Mix it up, got a lot on my plate. Got the broccoli and cheese with the beef on the side. This ain't no regular steak. No one wrong way. Richer than me. This ain't up for debate. Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. 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 I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling.